Today, we're diving deep into how to avoid exactly that. We're looking at this book, How to Avoid Being Manipulated. It's by Nancy Noble.
Great book.
Yeah, it's like a toolkit for spotting those tricky tactics and really, honestly, just holding your own.
Totally. Because you might think, oh, that wouldn't happen to me. I'm too smart for that.
Right.
But the thing is, manipulation, it can be so subtle.
Yeah.
It really can sneak up on anybody.
And that's what's so interesting about this book. I mean, she, like, right off the bat, just exposes these super sneaky tactics.
Oh, for sure.
Things you wouldn't even think about,
Yeah.
like gaslighting.
Gaslighting. Such a sneaky one, right?
What is that exactly?
Well, it's basically where somebody tries to make you doubt your own sanity. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they'll deny things that you know are true,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll try to twist events.
To fit their narrative.
Exactly, like to match their side of the story. So it's not just disagreeing, right?
Okay.
It's more like making you question what's real.
Oh, that's messed up.
It is. Imagine like you're trying to talk about something that happened.
Right.
And they just say, nope, never happened. You're totally imagining things.
Oh, no.
And if that happens over and over and over, you start to doubt your own memory.
Oh, wow.
That makes you super vulnerable to their version of what happened.
That's scary.
It is.
And she doesn't stop there.
Oh, no. There's more.
There's more, like emotional blackmail. What's that about?
Okay, so emotional blackmail is basically like weaponizing guilt.
Oh.
Right, they use it to get what they want, so they might pull that "if you really loved me" card. Or like act like the victim to make you feel responsible for how they feel.
Oh, so it's like a guilt trip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big time guilt.
Okay, this is all pretty intense.
Yeah.
But, the thing I like is she gives us a way to fight back. Critical thinking.
Oh, that's so important. And she doesn't just say, oh, think critically.
Yeah.
She gives you the tools to do it.
Right, specific techniques.
Totally, like how to really evaluate information, to question what you assume is true, and to not just accept everything you hear.
Okay, yeah.
Especially these days.
With so much information flying around.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's overwhelming.
Okay, yeah.
So this is like she's giving you a mental toolbox.
Oh, I like that.
Right. She's like, here's how you can assess everything you're seeing and hearing so you can decide what's actually true.
Powerful stuff.
It is.
Okay, so that's critical thinking.
Yeah.
What about boundaries?
Boundaries. Okay, so setting those healthy boundaries, it's like you're putting up a shield, right?
Uh-huh.
It's protecting yourself from manipulation. And Noble, she makes it really clear, it's okay to say no.
You don't have to do everything.
Exactly. Protect your time, your energy, and put your well-being first.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and you know what? She connects this to emotional intelligence.
Right, being aware of your own emotions.
Exactly. Because if you understand your feelings and how people might try to use them against you, you're way better equipped to set those boundaries.
Oh, yeah, and to keep them in place.
And she even has these practical tips, like how to assert yourself.
Okay.
Politely but firmly. It's not about being aggressive. It's about like, hey, this is what I need. Please respect that.
I like that.
Right.
So then things get a little more serious.
Yeah, she gets into some heavier topics.
Like charisma and groupthink. What's that all about?
Yeah, so she talks about how some leaders, they have this charisma. They can be really charming and influential, but they might use that to manipulate people.
Oh, wow.
Right. And that's where groupthink comes in. It's like this pressure to go along with the group, even if you have doubts.
Oh, so you just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, because you want to belong.
You want to fit in.
Exactly. And sometimes that feeling is stronger than our own critical thinking.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's powerful. Like, think about history.
Oh, yeah.
Those charismatic leaders who led people down some pretty bad paths.
Yeah.
So understanding this stuff, it helps you recognize it when it's happening.
Okay.
You can keep your own independent judgment.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
And then she goes even further. She talks about hypnotic language patterns.
Oh, yeah, that's where it gets really interesting.
What's that all about?
Well, it's about how people can use certain ways of talking to influence what we think and what we do without us even realizing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the good news is she gives you tools to recognize these patterns so they don't work on you.
So it's about paying attention to the words people use.
Right. Don't just take everything at face value. Think about what they're really saying and what their intention might be.
And that ties into the mindfulness that she keeps talking about.
Exactly. Being present and aware both of what's going on around you and what's going on inside you. It's like the best defense against being manipulated.
This is all so fascinating. But what I really like about this book is that it's not about being scared of being manipulated.
Right.
It's about having the knowledge and the tools to protect yourself.
Yes. Feeling confident, knowing how to handle those situations.
And knowing you can choose how you respond.
Absolutely. That's the key.
So I'm curious, think about like your interactions lately. Was there a time, maybe, when you might have been manipulated and you didn't even realize it?
Something to think about, right?
And if you want to learn more, check out this book, How to Avoid Being Manipulated. It's really, really eye-opening.
I second that. Great book.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
See ya.